Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I unbox a whole bunch of subscription boxes, mystery boxes, boxes of all kinds. So today we're going to be opening up a fun crafting DIY box today. This is a subscription box that retails for $49.99 every single month, and they will literally send you everything you need to craft and complete an entire project. So this box is called the Project Home DIY box, and every month your box is going to change depending on the size of the project, what you're doing, what you need for supplies. So this month the box is super flat and it kind of reminds me of a pizza box. Like I look like I'm about to go deliver a pizza or something. They send you all of these supplies, all of the instructions, everything you are going to need to complete a fabulous project. And it's not just like, you know, you're not making like macaroni noodle necklaces or something that's not really usable, but instead this is a box that you're going to create products that you can use in your home. So I've made things myself, from like wreaths to stands to working clocks to lanterns. There's been a variety of projects, and it's always a surprise until you receive your box as to what your project is going to be. So if you guys do want to sign up, I will post a link down below in the video bio. I also have a 15% off coupon code available, so you can save 15% off of your first order. If you want to purchase this box without a subscription, you can also do that. The only risk you run is that they might sell out of that box, is the only thing. But you are able to purchase their boxes and kits as standalone boxes and pay a little bit more than you would for the subscription price. But if you don't like surprises and you want to know exactly what you're getting, I think that's a great option then. So this unboxing is going to be the January 2021 box, and I'm going to open it up, show you guys what I have inside, but I'm also going to be completing the project for you guys today too, and do a really fast time loop, and you can see how my project turns out then in this video also. The project this month for January says "Always Stay Humble and Kind" by Tim McGraw. I'm pretty sure that's a song, but I don't really know country songs very well. But then it looks like we have 3 pieces. They're going to be like decor pieces. And they say "Stay Humble" on them. On the back, it shows you all of your instructions with photos on how to complete this. But if you need more help, just go to the QR code and you can actually visit a live video that will explain how to do it as well. So inside, I have my 3 discs all wrapped up. And then it looks like I have stencils, I'm assuming, or maybe we actually are using these pieces, but these are roses. And then this is where we've got our "Humble and Kind." And then we have a larger disc that also has some wooden flowers on it. They're all just wooden round dials. And then this is going to be, oh, maybe this is the stencil itself, because then it has like "Stay" for humble and then "B" for kind, and different designs that you would be able to choose. So you do have a little bit of customization. You can choose what colors you want, the style you want to go with, and have a little more flexibility. Then when you first sign up, you will also receive a starter kit, and in that starter kit you will have everything you're going to need to complete future projects, such as paintbrushes, paint, glue gun, sandpaper will be in there as well. There's everything you're going to need for all of their projects. So you don't have to run to the store and buy supplies. They send it all to you, all in a nice little box. So now let's go ahead and check out my project and get crafting. So the first thing we're going to do is take the largest disc and we're going to paint this all black. Now what's really nice about this wood is it is fairly dry, so the paint absorbs very quickly and it does dry quickly, but there is a lot of painting, as you'll find with this project. Now I made sure that I had a piece of poster board beneath this because I am a messy painter. I tend to get paint everywhere, so when you are painting these projects, just make sure you keep that in mind, that you might get paint on your surfaces. With this, you also want to make sure that you are painting the edges and the back side of this disc as well. So again, you might get some paint all over the place, but you really want to make sure it's covered. The next step is to paint the smallest disc as well, and this one is going to be an all black paint job as well. And again, we want to make sure we get all those corners, the backs, the sides, all parts. Then we're going to paint our middle disc, and this one's actually going to be painted all white. So if you're using the same poster board or surface as before, just make sure none of that black paint gets on there. This one I did find I was going to need a second coat of white paint, only because the wood was really starting to show through, and I wanted it to be a really bright white and very crisp. So I did have to do 2 coats on this one, so it did take a little bit longer is all. But once you have all of that painted white, we then move on to the roses. So these actually stack together. So we're going to be going for the contrasting colors of black and white again. So for this larger set of roses, I ended up painting the bottom piece completely white. Now this is a very delicate piece, so you have to be very careful when painting, but you do want to make sure that you get every nook and cranny painted white. So for this one, I did have to pick it up and kind of get all of those edges really well, and it took a little bit more time just because it was so detail oriented. But once you have that painted on the front and the sides, I then went to the back side and painted this one white as well. Now I probably didn't need to do this step in hindsight, but at the time that's just what I did. So then I went in and painted the flowers black, and the best process for this was to stamp the paintbrush into the wood part, only because it was so hard to get the black paint into all of those nooks and crannies that I found actually stamping and forcing that paint in there to be the best method, and that way it got a really good coat over everything. And it kind of was cool when I lifted up this piece. I liked how it looked on the poster board even. It was kind of pretty. So then I went on to the next rose set, and I decided to do the opposite colors that I did with the first one. So that bottom piece I painted completely black, and again, you want to make sure you get all the nooks and crannies, front, back, and all the sides again were painted black. And of course, I have paint all over me. So then I painted the rose a white color and stamped all that in there again just to make sure we got a really good coat, and then it looks beautiful. Then I went on to stamp the word humble and covered that all in white paint as well. Then I used some painter's tape to section off a section of our largest black disc, and we're going to paint this part white. Now, I don't have mine perfectly down the middle, and I just prefer things to be imperfect, but then I went ahead and painted this white, and as you can tell, I was having to do 2 coats of white paint on here just because that black was really standing out. So next we're going to take the white middle disc and we're going to line up our stencil. This is a sticker that you will just line up and place over top of your white board. This probably took the most time just because I wanted everything to be level and even. But once you have it where you want it, just make sure that it is down flat and it's very sealed, and then you are able to go over top with your black paint. Now this I was a little scary about because it's black paint and you really hope your stencil is in place, but I was so excited when I was able to peel this off and it actually looked perfect. Oh my gosh, I'm just so relieved this worked because I was very unsure if it was going to work. But look at how cool that looks. I loved it. So because the stencil was only so large, you do have to line it up again and then you'll peel it off, and then repeat that process again of lining it up on your edge, painting it, and then peeling that off as well. Now, because I'm a messy painter, I did color outside the lines a bit, so I did have to touch up a little bit with some white paint. Next up, we're going to work on our smallest black disc, and we have another stencil that has the word stay. So I peeled that sticker and put it in place of where I wanted it. I painted it white, and then after I peeled it off, I was able to secure the word humble to this disc. And then I was able to finish that last disc. So then I moved on to the roses where they needed to be sandwiched together. You can use either a hot glue gun or you can do wood glue, which is what I used, and just sandwich those together. I mean, how cute are these? I love how these look. So then I just glued these onto the boards wherever I wanted them. On the largest board, we do need to remove our painter's tape and then secure our roses to this one as well. And ta-da! Here is my final project. It turned out so much better than I could have expected. I love the contrasting colors of the black and white on here. And these roses are so beautiful. Just the detail on them, they stand out so well. And I just love how these came together. Now, I haven't found a place for them yet in my home, so that is my next project, is to find a location for them to go. So that is my completed project then for Project Home DIY. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching my little tutorial and how I did it. I really love how my pieces always turn out because they are unique and one of a kind. I mean, they're made by me and nobody else has them. So I do love that this is such a fun thing to do, especially in winter. If you're not going out as much, you want to do something inside where it's warm, you're comfy, you're in your sweaters. I recommend this box because it's really great for that then. So comment down below, let me know what you guys think, and we will chit chat all about it. But until next time, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys all in a future video. Bye!